Okay, it is Thursday, October 20th. The time is 16:15. Going into legends. So yesterday we talked about the very questionable insurance company that is associated with board members. Today I'm going to talk about the grasses in the lakes. When this community was built, they had to get a permit from the Army Corps of Engineers, and there were certain stipulations. One of those was that the lakes would be maintained. Though the lakes do remain the property of the US government, they will be maintained by the community. So there are grasses in these lakes. I'm actually going to show you here. The greenish brown that you see over there at the tree line is actually not grass, but it is lake grasses. The reason why they're that color is because they're being killed. There are herbicides being put in there because apparently there are some residents in here that do not like looking at the grasses. So these herbicides have been added and they are changing the ecosystem of the lake. Now, one of the things in the Army Corps of Engineers permit did state that the littoral grasses, Littoral, would be maintained. There are various terms used for what would be done, but again, you can see here they are most definitely dying off. Now, the company that is used to maintain these lakes, called the Lake Doctor, apparently he or she were concerned enough by the request to kill off these grasses that they made sure they got things in writing from the board. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second here because this is someone who is parked on the grass. Now that is a big old no-no here. So I'm just going to take a couple of pictures and make sure. Okay, off we go. So anyway, the Lake Doctor apparently said that the grasses should not be killed, that they were very important to the overall health of the lakes, and that if the grasses were killed, we could expect to see a lot more algae, among other things, in the lakes. The board of the Tatum Homeowners Association replied in writing to the Lake Doctor and said that they disagreed, that they did not believe that killing the grasses would have any impact on the lakes. So, started killing off the grasses, and now the Lake Doctor's bill has gone up because the algae in the water has gone up, of course, as he predicted, and they are having to use chemicals to combat that. Now, this is not just something that we don't like happening. It was very, very clearly stated in the permit from the Army Corps of Engineers that these grasses were not to be harmed. However, the board completely ignored that and decided to go ahead and kill it anyway. Now, there's even more to this story, because one resident who was very concerned about what was happening with the lakes and these grasses being killed, and on the environmental impact. Let's look at something a bit prettier. Concerned about the environmental impact on the lakes. Got all the information together. She got a copy of the permit. She got copies of the letters from the lake doctor, the letter from the board to the lake doctor. She got information from SwiftMud, getting the plans for the area showing precisely which lakes were protected. And she went to a board meeting. She intended to present all this information and ask that they go about reversing the damage that had been done, or correcting it, or doing whatever was necessary. Her concern was that someone's going to find out what's been done, and there could potentially be thousands, tens of thousands of dollars worth of fines levied upon the community. And the people who are going to have to pay those fines are the ones that are in the community. So she wanted this fixed before anyone had the chance to report this issue. When she stood up at the board meeting asking to speak, now I should say that the HOA bylaws allow for members to speak at board meetings. She stood up to speak. She was yelled at. One person told her to sit down, bitch. And several others were jeering and laughing at her. This is the kind of homeowners association that Tatum Ridge has. Someone tried to protect the community, tried to protect the environment of the community within the law, pointing out that there were significant violations with the potential for some really significant fines, and she was told to shut up, bitch. No, I'm sorry, sit down, bitch. She was also told to shut up. That is what you are walking into if you buy or rent a house in the Legends at Tatum Ridge. These are the kind of people, and that's the kind of behavior that you will come across. I rent here. We had been thinking about buying. We thought it was a beautiful community, that the location was nice, and then we started finding out about this homeowners association and some of the ways they behave. I'll talk more in future videos about that, but needless to say, there is absolutely no way that we'll be buying a home in here. Again, I'll go into it a little bit more, but more than one board member, but mainly the president, has been heard on several occasions by several people. So we're not just talking one-on-one instances. There have been witnesses. She has apparently told people that if she doesn't like them, the board will make their lives hell until they sell and move away. Is that the kind of community you want to live in? Some woman decides she doesn't like you. She's going to make your life so bad that you are actually going to have to uproot your family, sell your home, possibly even at a loss, just to get away from them. Think about it. This is Legends at Tatum Ridge. Not a good place to buy, rent, or live.